Hello lovers and friends, a warm welcome to Financial Freedom with Honeybee. My name is Malondla Hanawe, and on today's episode I'm just here to check up on you guys and see how you are doing on your financial freedom journeys. Me, myself and I thought, or I told you guys that 2025 will be about channeling my money, which I've done for the first part of 2025, right? And then the last part of 2025 from June to now, I think I've recalibrated back to focusing on increasing my stock portfolio so that I can increase my dividend income, right? So basically the last couple of months I've been focusing on that, and I think it's going fairly well. And what is making me win in that regard is previously I would struggle with paying myself first. So if you don't know what paying yourself first means, is when you get paid, you have told yourself, or you've determined your disposable income, whatever amount that you've set for yourself that you want to save. I know that a lot of people will say, I want to save 10% of my net, and others will say, I want to save 15% of your net, right? So for me, I've determined how much that money is, and basically paying yourself first is taking that money and ensuring that you put it towards your investments or whatever vehicles that you are using to build your financial freedom or your financial stability or security for the future, right? So I've been struggling with that because I would get paid, save money, and then in the middle of the month I would basically go and take that money and borrow myself, right? At some point I don't even pay it back because I think paying back money is one of those things that are very difficult. That's why I'll always tell people, do not borrow money from me, because I know myself, I am a bad payer myself, so I wouldn't expect somebody else to borrow money and basically return it, because I struggle to return money that I've borrowed myself, right? So I would basically save money in the middle of the month. I would borrow myself. Automatically for that month I didn't save the money that I've said myself I would save, right? So how I do it these days is Discovery has partnered with Easy Equities. I must say this is not a paid partnership, but this is a loop that I found that works for me currently, right? So I have found that when I transfer money from my credit card to my Easy Equities account, they do not charge me interest, right? So what I normally do now is I will take money that I've determined that I will save on a month-to-month basis. I will take that money at the beginning of the month, or when I get paid, I'll take that money and save it. This is money that I'm going to pay with my next salary, right? Next month's salary. So I'll take that money, put it into Easy Equities, and buy the shares that I want to buy for the following month, right? What that forces me to do is it forces me to pay back my credit card in full every month, so that I can borrow, or I can take again for the following month when I get paid. So what this is doing is every month I'm forced to save the same amount that I've determined, and I'm forced to pay my credit card debt because I do not want to pay interest on that debt. But what this loop has also showed me, or proven to me, is I can, if I need money, if I need cash, if you take out cash from your credit card, they charge you interest from that same instant, right? But if you take this money from the credit card and send it to Easy Equities and return it from Easy Equities, transfer it back from Easy Equities to your cash account or your cash savings account, you can basically withdraw that money as yours, right? So this is another way for me to take out money from my credit card without being charged interest. But while I do these things is I ensure that I do not pay any interest on the money, but also I do not use more than 40%, right? So if you've got a credit card and you use more than 60%, it doesn't look good on your credit score because it looks like you are reliant on debt. So what I normally do is I only use less than 40% so that it doesn't look bad on my credit score. It actually looks good on my credit score because it shows that I've owed this money and I also pay it on a month-to-month basis. So it shows that I'm a good payer, but also I'm not reliant on debt, because you don't want to fix one thing and then create another issue with another thing, right? So that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been paying myself first. And in a month where I know I'll need extra money, let's say maybe there's some emergencies that happens in the middle of the month that need extra money than the one that I normally have for that month. So what that basically does is now I'm forced to reduce on my grocery expenditures because I no longer have an outlet. I no longer have savings that are available for me to use. Because as I said, if you struggle, for me, I did struggle with that. I would save money and then take it back. Save money and then in the middle of the month I use it. So now, because I don't have money to spend in the middle of the month, I'm forced to reduce my expenditures for groceries, and then I can use that extra money from groceries to pay for these emergencies that happens, right? So this is helping me, but also because I've been doing this for 3 months, I thought maybe Discovery is not, maybe this is something that they haven't realized, or they haven't seen it, or they are still looking for a way to close it, to not be able to take out their money, and then they don't benefit anything from it, right? Maybe they're still looking at it, but for now I've done it for 3 months and haven't been charged any interest in the money that I've been taking out to put in my portfolio that I want to build my financial freedom, right? So I hope this idea will help you. But remember, anything that I say here is not financial advice. So if you are looking for financial advice, I would say please look for a qualified, registered financial advisor. Here I'm just sharing what I'm finding, the loops that I'm finding, but also things that I'm doing to assist me reach that financial freedom, but also to assist me, because as much as I know a lot about finances, I also have some struggles here and there that I want to correct, which this I was correcting that thing of borrowing myself money. I no longer borrow myself money now because I just don't have the capacity to pay it back. But also this method that I'm using of taking Discover's money and buying shares, it's helping me be able to pay myself first, because when I get paid, I definitely have to pay them back in full so that I don't pay interest. I do not bank with a bank to pay interest. Yes, I pay their monthly charges, but you guys already know that I pay those with Discover Miles, right? So I'm not here to pay banks anything. I'm here to use their money to help me build my wealth. As much as it's slow for now, but at some point it will basically get momentum, and snowball effect. It will get to a bigger ball and it becomes huge amount of money that I've built using their money, right? So love you lots. I will see you guys on the next video.